everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome all of the subscribers. I think I am one away from 100, which blows my mind. That's crazy. So thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos and commenting. It means a lot. Like I said, I'm only doing this for fun, so I think it's amazing that almost 100 of you want to hear what I have to say. So thank you so much for that. I wasn't sure when I was going to come back on and do a video, just with work. Work has been so busy lately with the changes that have been going on. For those who don't know, I do work in insurance, so there's been a lot of changes in the job that I particularly have. So it's taken away quite a bit of my time. Sorry, I just turned the microphone on there, so hopefully that works better. But so it's taken away quite a bit of my time. So recording is not something that I get to do on a daily basis. So when I get time to myself, that's when I do it. So currently it is Friday, July the 30th. I have a day off today, which is shocking. I don't typically get too many days off. So I took the luxury. I did some running around today. I actually went to visit Jan from my local yarn store here in Oshawa, Ontario at the Wool Queen. She was assisting me with a pattern that I was having a really hard time figuring out. She is the crochet guru in my eyes. She always seems to be able to figure out what I can't get through this noggin of mine. So Jan, if you're watching, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cheers to you. Drinking my almond coffee. That being said, I don't think this one's going to be too long. That's what I said last time, and it was like 35 minutes. So I'm hoping not this time. Excuse me. I don't really have any finished objects. The only finished object I have is what I'm wearing. This might be a little awkward, but this is the Bahama Plows by, I can't remember her name, but it's in the spring edition of Crochet Foundry magazine. This is in hipster cotton blue hydrangeas. I had made it in a beautiful green the very first time, and I fell in love with it, and I made two. So this is one of my objects I made probably a good couple months ago now. So yeah, so that's really the only finished object I have. I do have two whips in progress that I'm willing to show. The yellow tank top is still sitting over there. Still needs the straps. Got nothing to say. It's just there. Same with that other top. It's over there. Needs to be sewed. It's in the corner. But my works in progress that I have is last week I did show you the Morella shawl that I was making from the Knitter magazine. This is the one that has the short rows to make the semicircle, and then the lace on the bottom. So this is the progress I've got so far. There you go. Once it's blocked, this lace detail will come out. As you see, there's the short rows, right? So these here are the wedges that you create the short rows. As you can see, this is the part around the back of the neck. Oh, that's actually not a bad shot, right? And once I'm done all the lace, again, this is where this yellow is. This is where you're going to pick up additional edging. So it's kind of hard to see, but I'm trying to open it up so that you can see it a bit. But that's the lace detail. Oh, there we go. And again, it's a very fine weight. It's a 0, I believe. It's West Yorkshire Spinners in Exquisite, which is 80% Falkland wool, I believe, and 20% silk. It's really, really pretty. This is actually my first time working with this, and I love it. It's so pretty. I can't even explain it. When this is all blocked and it's out to the shape it needs to be, I think this is going to be probably one of my most favorite my most favorite shawls, and a shawl that everyone is going to want me to make for them. It does take some time. I mean, it looks like I've made quite a bit of progress. I have to do 12 repeats of 42 rows. I believe I'm going on to the 8th repeat, so it's getting there. It's just taking some time, but hopefully, fingers crossed, by the next video I'll have this at least done. Not blocked, but at least done. So that's the first work in progress. Now the second one here, I just wanted to break up kind of some of the time, that, like, not the time, that lace shawl with something else. And I was going through my stash, getting rid of some yarn, and I came across 3 balls of Drops Baby Merino in this beautiful ice blue. So what I did is I went to my go-to, because I almost know it off by heart, but it's the lightweight hipster shawl. So as you can see, this particular yarn really shows that this row, just the row in between all the X's, the texture row. And I think that's because this particular yarn, the way it's spun is beautiful. It's a really nice yarn. It's probably it's a 2-weight. It's been in my stash for a very long time. And I actually ran out of yarn. I played Yarn Chicken and I didn't win. This is all that's left. But I was lucky enough that they still actually make this color, so I was able to order 1 ball from the Wool Warehouse, and of course you don't just order 1 ball. And Drops Yarn actually has a sale on right now, 30% off 5 different types of yarn that they have, and Baby Merino just happens to be one of them. So I ended up buying 1 more color that will come at the same time. So when that comes, I'll show you, but this one won't be finished until such time as I get the yarn. But it's pretty. This one is going to be mine. If you've never tried merino yarn, or wool, I guess you should say, there's different types of wool. There's scratchy wool, you know, and then there's very soft merino wool like this. This here, you can wear it against your skin. I would wear a sweater out of this. It wouldn't bother you. It's beautiful. So if you can get your hands on Drops Baby Merino, I do recommend it if you can handle lightweight yarns. Yeah, so that's really all I have for works in progress. I haven't really been doing too much. I have a couple sweaters that I have in mind for the fall, but I won't start those yet. I have a crocheted one in mind, and I also have a knit one in mind. So we'll see what happens when those come out. I have my box here, if you can see. I have this ready to go to Cindy the Crocheter A out in Manitoba. I just have to get that mailed. So Cindy, it's coming your way soon. I was able to pick up some acquisitions. However, these were all ordered prior to me going through all my yarn stash and prior to me not buying anything. So I've been really good. I haven't bought anything. Anything that's coming in now is what was filtered in prior to me realizing that, you know, I have way too much stuff. So I'm trying to really go into my stash and work with what I have and use it up, hence the blue. So, but I actually was out at Chapters Indigo, which in Canada is a bookstore. It's kind of like a Barnes and Noble. Yeah, that would be the closest thing in the US, or Kohl's, maybe, yeah. And they actually had this book. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Delicious Crocheted Shawls. And I liked it because there's a pattern. There's a few patterns. The glare, oh my goodness. But the one that I loved the most was this one called Honey Cake. I hope the glare isn't going to, oh, there we go, that's not bad. But I fell in love with this. Not so much the colors, but the pattern I think is stunning. Without showing that, there's a better picture of that. So it's it looks like it's a rectangular shawl with a little bit of curved shaping by the looks of it. It's an interesting design. I've never really quite seen one like that before, but it's beautiful. It's made with 2 hexagons. So, and of course, it helps that the model, like, it's beautiful when they display it on the models, right? There's another one. But to me, it's just gorgeous. Like, so I want to make that. They make it in a fingering weight, so I got lots of that. They call for Cascade Yarns Heritage, which in Canada I can get pretty much at any local yarn store, and I'm pretty sure the Wool Queen even has it here for it if I really wanted to purchase it. It says you need three skeins, A, B, and C color, you know, or you can do it all in one color. If that was the case, you'd need probably 3 in one particular color. So it doesn't look too bad. It's just composed of front post double crochets, a shell stitch, and that's about it. Looks like some single crochets and maybe some half doubles and a double. So it looks relatively easy. So I'll start that at some point. But I thought it was so pretty, and I hate spending the money they want for these books. I mean, in Canada, this book was $29 plus taxes. So plus 13% tax we have to pay. I really hate paying that for a pattern, but I did go on Ravelry and look for it first, and I couldn't find it. So it looks like it's only available in this particular book. So yeah, so I'm excited to try that. Now, should we get into the yarn? Remember, shh, don't tell Rob. No, I'm joking. Rob knows all about this stuff, so he knows quite a bit. For those who don't know, before I did the YouTube, I really only had Instagram. So if you followed me there, you would have seen this story. I loved Knit Crate, loved it, and I still do. I love Knit Crate not for the crates, but being a member, getting the deals on the high-end yarn that they offered. So I was the other aspect of it. I could care less about the crate. If you gave it to me, great, but I always waited for the double downs, and I would just buy whatever colors I wanted in sweater quantity. So, you know, that being said, I have skipped my crates now until January, just because I don't like what's coming in, but I want to keep the discount so that if there's a yarn that comes out, I can still purchase it, get the discount, and so be it. Even though I'm not buying anything, sometimes they have some really good yarn for a price that you just can't not pick up. So this is one of those, and when I saw this yarn, it reminded me of a yarn from Drops Design, which I love. You'll start to see a pattern. My favorite yarn company is Drops, and they have a yarn called Sky. Well, it's not the same composition as this, but it's a chain spun yarn, and it's beautiful. So when they came out with this Audine Wools Bloom, I ate it up. I have it in the yellow. I have it in the gray color. I have it in 2 shades of red. And they call it a DK weight, but I mean, you could knit it to a really tight gauge and you would get a DK double knit light 3 gauge, or you could use it as a worsted weight, whichever works. So it's kind of a versatile yarn in that sense. Anyway, what happened is I'd ordered 6 hanks of Bloom in the color Begonia. So not only did it take forever to get here, when it got here, it happened to be a day that we were having torrential rain pours all day. Well, anybody who knows Knit Crate knows they changed these stupid bags. Well, the bag was ripped. The postman didn't knock on the door to let me know it was there. You know where this is going. So, finally get up, realize that, hey, there's a package. It is full of water. The yarn is completely drenched. It stinks. It was not good. So I emailed the company. It took them probably a good couple weeks to even get back to me. But I was able to take the hanks apart. I washed them all in my Eucalan. I dried them all up to dry. So I was able to save that yarn. But in the meantime, you know, I was a little upset that it ruined that way and they're no longer brand new skeins of yarn for me. So, and I had the hassle of having to clean it and all that fun stuff. So I wrote the company and I told them, I said, these bags need to go. I get you're trying to save the environment, I get it. But they rip so easily, they ruin the product. I said, I don't understand how this is better for your company when you have to replace the product that gets ruined. So that being said, they sent me 6 more of the, pardon me, the Audine wools. It's gonna blow it out. Sorry, this light, I'm still learning this light. Bear with me here. It's Audine Wool's Bloom. Is it better? Yeah, I think that might be better. In the color Begonia. So it's beautiful. So again, with me, I buy sweater quantity. Because I make a lot of sweaters. And the reasoning for this is if I buy one skein or one hank, I fall in love with it and I shoot myself because I feel I should have bought more. So this happens. So this will be a sweater at some point in time. It'll go with the rest of my sweater quantity yarn in this very small apartment. Okay, so that being said, oh, and you want to know the funny part? It rained again yesterday when this was delivered, and I just happened to hear the postman. So I'm glad I grabbed it right away. Only one was a little damp, so I had to unwind this guy, that's why he looks huge, and let him dry. But he didn't smell. It smells good, so he didn't get too damaged. So thank God. Could you imagine having to email Knit Crate again, say, your bag again got drenched? What are the coincidences? Anyway. Okay. These next ones here are because of, I want to say her channel is Crochet Rossetti. Randomly, I was watching her. She got yarn from this company called Rose Hill Yarns. And believe it or not, this is a Canadian company that she hand dyes yarn out of Alberta. So I was like, yeah, okay, for sure, I'm gonna try her. I'm glad I did. She's beautiful. So I got three skeins. Again, hand dyed yarn, you can use your imagination on the price. It's a fingering weight yarn, 463 yards. And this is the color Peach Meringue. Let me see if you can. It's a very light color. Is that better? Yeah, it's not really any better, is it? Sorry. Okay, anyway. It's in this beautiful, like, pinky white base. Trying to get it so you guys can see it. But it's got like this beautiful pink up here. It's got some grays. It's really pretty. So that's the first one. And then I got this beauty, which is like greens and blacks and grays. It's really, really pretty. This one is in the color Tidewater. Again, it's a fingering weight yarn. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And this one, same specs, is called Ice Cream Sprinkles, which I thought was pretty cool. So it's a white base with all these beautiful speckles. So I think ice cream speckles, or yeah, no, sprinkles, ice cream sprinkles is a good name for it. I think it's pretty. I don't know what I'm going to use it for because it's busy, and I'm hoping it will not be too busy, but I'm sure I'll find something to make out of it. So it's very pretty. And then the last thing that I got, which I ordered a couple weeks ago now, was from the same company I ordered from before, Arcane Fiberworks. Again, they're an Alberta company. I got this fingering weight sock, 15% nylon, 85% merino, 435 yards, fingering sock weight, and it's in the color Lake Louise. Isn't that stunning? Like, if you go on and you look at the picture of Lake Louise in Alberta and you look at this yarn, that's what sold me. It was beautiful. And I think this is going to, when you like cake it up, it's going to look beautiful, and I think it's going to stripe and pool nicely. So I'm quite happy with this one. I think it's really pretty. So I can't wait to try that one. This one here, same company, same specs, same everything, is called Mount Fuji. It's hard to explain. It's like, it's a cream base, and it has like speckles of like this bright pinky purple with like navy. It's got yellow. And again, if you look at the picture that he has of Mount Fuji, I think he got it correct. I thought it was going to look a little bit different when I got it. So I'm not quite sure how this one's going to work up, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. And I would still recommend purchasing from him this color. I mean, it's stunning, stunning. And then the last thing I have for today is the same thing, same specs. Oh no, different specs. Sorry, this is 20% merino, 80% merino, 20% nylon, but it's the same company. It's fingering weight, and this is called Dragon Fruit Smoothie, and I saw this, and this is what made my purchase. This is why I even bought those other two, was because of this. Isn't this beautiful? And if you look at the picture on his website, it's a dead ringer. It's stunning. I don't usually go for green, but he nailed the color of the dragon fruit. Like, he nailed it. And if you disagree with me, well, you're allowed to, but I think he nailed it. But if you can handle lightweight fingering weight yarn, and it's beautiful. It's stunning. 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 So that's it. I told you it was kind of a short one. It's a short one. All right, that being said, thanks again. Catch you up next week, hopefully. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If I remember, I'll have everything linked in the show notes. I do know that the one Arcane is actually in one of the other videos. You can check out those show notes if you want ahead of time, but I will do my best to get everything linked. Might take me a little bit of time to get the description in there right away, but I'll get it in there, don't worry. If I can find this book somewhere, I'll try to provide the link to Amazon. That will probably be the best way for everyone to be able to find it. because not everyone has access to a chapters. Yeah. So I know in Canada we have a long weekend. We have the civic holiday on Monday. So for those who are in Canada, happy long weekend and enjoy. And for everybody else, I'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you. Take care. Bye.